we're going to jump into something new. And like we said, the chat is going to be for answers and questions only from today. Okay, from this point on, we're only going to be looking at maths answers and questions. Okay, we are going to be looking at using a protractor. So if any of you guys have a protractor, I need you to go to your mathematical sets and get your protractors out, because we're going to be learning how to measure angles. But if you don't have that, it's fine. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And then you can just draw it. If you have a ruler, you can draw the angle and then you can put the name of the angle in the drawing. Okay, and that's going to show you how we can do it. All right, now the first thing we're going to notice on our protractor that I've got here on my screen is that there's a dot right here in the middle, right there. Oh, before I continue, I'm forgetting. Linamanda, yes, you can run and get yours. Rangwato, you had a question or a comment. Can I ask you to unmute and ask your question or your comment?
Oh,
Hello,
wow.
Hi.
Nice hairstyle, by the way.
Thank you.
On Monday, I think you have noticed that I couldn't come in.
But that's okay.
I think I've missed somewhere somehow.
That's okay, Rangwato. Remember, all of our lessons are recorded. Okay, so the lesson that we had on Monday is on the website on Monday's lesson. So you can go and have a look at it. And we are going to be using some of the stuff that we learned, but I'm also going to be teaching you guys new stuff today. So don't stress too much about not understanding or missing Monday's lesson. You can go have a look at Monday's lesson and you'll be able to keep up. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Excellent. All right. Okay, let's get into it. All right. So I've put a nice little dot down here. And this dot over here is going to connect 2 or more lines to me. And this dot over here, we call this dot a vertex. Okay, we call it a vertex. And that vertex is very important because it's going to connect 2 lines to the same starting point. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure you guys can see over here that my protractor over here starts at 0 degrees. Okay, and the reason why it starts at 0 degrees is because we measure, oh Lord, look at what's happening. I meant we, there we go, we measure angles in degrees. And I know one of you is going to ask me, Teacher Coco, what's angles? I hope some of you guys actually know what angles are. I'm going to show you what an angle is in just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a line. First I'm going to draw the dot for my vertex. And then I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a line, and I don't know what's going on with me, from my vertex, which is in the middle of my protractor, to 0 degrees. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw another line from my vertex. Do you guys notice I always start from my vertex? I start from the middle and then I draw my line outwards like that. And then I'm going to draw a line like this. Okay. Abdi Rahman, I just need to answer this quickly. Okay, so Teacher Kat, I've sent Abdi Rahman your way because he's having trouble with his sound. Okay, so now that I've drawn these 2 angles, or I've drawn these 2 lines that come from the same vertex, you guys will notice that they both come from this point over here. They both come from this spot over here. I started them over there. And this first line that I drew, I started it at 0 degrees. What I measure as an angle is from this first line to that line over there. And this part over here, we call this an angle. Okay. And Saneliso and Patiso are like, that's an acute angle. Is it an acute angle? Yes, it is an acute angle. Okay. But I can't just say it's an acute angle. I need to measure my angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look from 0 degrees and I'm going to count in this direction. And I'm going to go, where does my next line stop? It stops there. And as I'm looking on my protractor, I noticed that it stopped at 60 degrees. So that means that this angle over here is 60 degrees. Very well done, Hermione. This is 60 degrees. We call it 60 degrees. Remember, someone named Ndlovu says compass. Compasses are used to draw circles, and that's not what we're doing here. We are drawing lines, and we're drawing them from the same vertex, and we're creating angles. So what you need is a ruler and a protractor. So, guys, if you've drawn this first line, what you need to do is take your protractor and take the part that says 0. Thank you, Teacher Kat. The part that says 0, and put your protractor on that first line that you drew, this first line over here. So put the protractor, and my spelling is going out the window, at 0 degrees. And from there, you can measure that it's going to be 60 degrees. Maya, is it an acute angle? Yes, it is. Okay. Now, I want you guys to tell me in the chat with a thumbs up, or you can just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you guys understand how to measure an angle? Ntikelo, it's perfectly fine. We are recording the lesson so you can watch it later. I'm seeing a lot of hands up, and I see Carrie's hand is up. Ntsako just gave us a thumbs up. Thank you, Ntsako. Carrie, can I ask you to unmute and ask your question, my sweetie?
So like I understand everything, but like if you have to measure the angle on the right side, how do you like measure? Do you measure it the same way, or you kind of turn around your protractor or something?
Oh, you know what? You are literally like going 3 steps ahead of me, because that's the next thing I'm going to teach in just a little bit. So can you hold on just for a little bit for me? We're about to do that next. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Okay, so I want us to measure another angle, but I want somebody to unmute and help me. I want somebody to raise their hand, unmute and help me with this next one. Okay. Oh, Lina Manda, I see you. Excellent. Do you want to unmute for me and then tell me where I'm going to start drawing things? Okay, so tell me, Lina Manda, where do I start drawing my line from? Where's my dot going to be?
You start drawing your line from at the vertex, and
Good.
And then you go up until I'm guessing 120 degrees.
Oh, I can't just go. I can't just go 120 degrees. Where does my first line normally start? It has to start at
0 degrees Celsius.
Good.
0 degrees.
Okay, 0 degrees. So that first line that I draw is going to start at 0 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm first going to draw a line at 0 degrees. Okay. And then now I'm going to do exactly what you've told me to do. I'm going to draw a line to 0 degrees, but to 120 degrees, but where must my line start?
It must start at 0 till it goes to 120.
When I draw a line, where must it always start? At the
vertex.
At the vertex. Thank you. It must start at the vertex. So I'm going to start it here at the vertex, and I'm going to put it there. Okay. Now, I'm going to measure my angle. How did you measure the angle? How did you count? Where did you start?
We started right at the 0, so we went until we went
all the way
over
around
till 120 degrees.
Good. So this angle over here is 120 degrees. Amazing, Lina Mandla. You did that so well. Well done. Okay. I just need you to remember the steps as we go. Very well done. Okay. I'm loving that smile, by the way. You have a beautiful smile. Very well done.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. So I hope everyone knows how to measure an angle. Okay. I want everyone in the chat to tell me, when I draw a line, where does my line start? Where does my line start? Okay, I'm going to write down steps for you, Kungawa, so that you don't get lost. Okay, I'll write down the steps. Number 1, we're going to go start at the, everyone is telling me in the chat, it starts at the vertex. Good. Number 2, I draw a line where does my line from my vertex go to? I draw a line from the vertex to, Kemi Setso has already given us the answer, from the vertex to 0 degrees. Good. Okay. And then I draw another line. Draw another line. Draw another line. And then how do we count? Where do we start counting to get to that other line? Can you guys tell me in the chat? I start at 0. Good. I start at 0 degrees and count to my other line. Okay, good. And guys, remember that this other line over here that we're writing about, also, this one also starts at the vertex. Okay, draw another line from the vertex. Okay, and my handwriting is getting out of hand. I'm sorry, guys. Whew. At the vertex. Okay, there we go. I fitted it in. There we go. At the vertex. Okay, there we go, Spokuke. We start at 0 and we count all the way to the number that we stopped at. Okay, can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down in the chat? Do we understand how to draw 2 lines that make an angle? Monde has already given me a thumbs up. I'm seeing Maya and Patson. Hello, Patson. And Cindy. Cindy says, yes, ma'am. I love it. Okay. All right, guys. I'm glad. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. Okay. Excellent. Fumani and Panache are saying like, that's okay. Okay. If you guys feel like you're not getting it, I want you guys, after we've had this lesson, to re-watch this lesson. And then you guys can take it as slow as you need to, and you can rewind and then look at it again and rewind and look at it again until you get it. Okay. But I'm glad that I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. If you guys are still on some thumbs down, I'm not getting it. Like Kamanisi, I see you. If you're still not getting it, can I ask you to please re-watch the video after this lesson? Okay. I promise you, I'm explaining it as slow as I possibly can. And if you watch it again, you're going to get it. Okay. Now, Kira had asked us. Okay. I think it was Kira. I can't remember who it was. They were like, ma'am, what happens if it's from the other side? Okay. What happens if I draw my line from the other side? But remember, guys, my line is always going to start from the vertex. This time, I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to go, whoop. And this time, I'm starting at 180 degrees. Lesero said they did this at the beginning of the term. That's good. That means you're going to get all the answers correct. I'm glad. Okay. And then I'm going to draw another line from the vertex. And this time, I'm going to draw it like that to 130. Okay. Now, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, from 130 to 180, how many degrees are there between 130 and 150? Tell me in the chat. Oh, Susonge, be careful. It's not 30. All right. If you're not sure you understand, just wait. I'm going to explain in just a little bit. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of conflicting answers, but the general answer is 50. And I'm going to explain why it's 50. Okay. This angle over here is 50. Okay. And you guys are going to count with me. For those of you who are a little bit confused as to why it's 50, you're going to count with me. If I go from 130 to 140, that's 10 degrees. And then from 140 to 150, that's another 10 degrees. From 150 to 160, that's 10 degrees. And from 160 to 170, that's 10 degrees. And from 170 to 180, that's 10 degrees. Okay. If I count all of these up, that's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. That gives us 50 degrees. Okay. Lina Mandla says, now I understand. I'm glad. Those of you who weren't seeing it before, I hope you now know why it's 50 degrees. Because between 130 degrees and 180 degrees, there is 50 degrees. Or if that's too confusing, if my first line doesn't start at the vertex, what I can do is I can calculate it like a sum. I can go, because this starts at 180, I'm going to go 180 degrees minus, and my second line is at 130 degrees. And if you guys punch this into your calculator, what is 180 degrees minus 50 degrees? Nosipo, doesn't a protractor have inner and outer degrees? Some of them do. Some of them do. But this particular one doesn't. And I picked this one because I want you guys to understand how to minus. Okay. Kutle Konke says 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. You can punch it into your calculator. You're going to get 50 degrees. Okay. Tahila, somebody said, Tahila said 50 degrees. Marvel says, I now understand. I'm glad. Okay. I hope you guys are seeing how we can calculate it if it doesn't start at 0. Okay. Excellent. Should we try another one? I think we should try another one. Okay. Kungao, if you're getting lost, just try and follow along. I'm going to do another example. Okay. That's okay, Bulela. Bulela, remember all of these lessons are recorded. Okay. So now, guys, my first line has been drawn to 180 degrees, right? Now I'm going to draw my second line. From my vertex, I'm always going to start from my vertex, and I'm going to draw my line to 80 degrees. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys, how many degrees are there between 80 and 180? We can count them in steps. We can go from 80, this is actually 90 degrees, they just didn't add it. From 80 to 90 degrees, that's 10 degrees. From 90 to 100, that's 10 degrees. From 100 to 110, that's 10 degrees. I'm forgetting my degree signs. Okay, so we can keep calculating all the 10 degrees until we get to 180. And you see that this angle over here will be equal to 100 degrees, exactly like what everyone in the chat is saying, 100 degrees. And for those of you who are just writing 100, you're cheating. Where's my degrees? Don't forget to write my degrees. I want my degrees there. Thank you, Ikemeng. 100, yeah, it's 100 degrees. Okay, Makatse, be very careful, okay, when you're calculating not to miss something. Okay. Fumani can, I wonder if Fumani's hand is up. I'm gonna take your question just now. All right, so if I can't look at the calculation like this, what I can do is I can use my formula. I can go 180 degrees, because that's where I started, minus 80 degrees, because that's where my second line is. And if I look at 180 degrees minus 80 degrees, that's going to give me 100 degrees. Okay. Fumani, I think you may have a question. Can I ask you to raise? Okay, so everyone who's got their hand up, can I ask you to put your hand down? Okay, Ikemen, yes, you were right. You were 100% right. Well done. Okay, I want anybody who has a question about what I just did to put their hand up. I can only take 2 questions because we are going to have to move on to the exercise. Okay, Jaden, I'm so glad you understand. That's amazing. Does anybody have a question? Okay, I want us to do one more, and I want you guys to just put the answer in the chat for me. Okay. Oh, there's Olwa with a question. Olwa, can you unmute for me and ask your question?
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Olwa. How are you?
Good. Your hairstyle is like really good.
Thank you. It's nice and funky, isn't it? It's amazing.
Yes.
All right.
So I understand what you're teaching me. Like, yes, I know I've done this in class.
Okay, good.
But like, how do you doing it on a computer? So how are you meant to do it, like when you have a real projector here? Like,
okay. Oh, so when you have a protractor at home.
Yes, how do you calculate it? Do you like, does someone like draw like a picture of like a shape and then you have to do like the calculations on it? I'm not sure how to explain.
Okay, exactly. No, so this is what's going to happen, Ola. This protractor that I've drawn here is not going to be there. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to draw a dot. You're going to draw yourself a vertex. Okay.
Okay.
And from that vertex, you're going to take a ruler and you're going to draw a line. And I want my line to be at 0 degrees so you can understand a little better. You're going to draw a line, just a random line. You don't even have to measure the line. It can be a nice long line. Okay.
Yes.
And then let's say, for instance, you want a 60-degree angle. You're going to take the protractor, you're going to hold the protractor, and you're going to go to that line, and you're going to put the 0-degree mark on your protractor on that line. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to look up all the way on your protractor, and you're going to look at 60. You're going to like look up. And when you get to 60, you're going to put a dot. You're going to put a dot there. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to remove your protractor and you're going to take your ruler and you're going to connect from your vertex to that dot that you drew at 60 degrees. Okay.
Oh.
And that, you see, and that is going
because
to
I was confused when I did it in class.
That's okay. And then that's going to give you that 60-degree angle that you need. Okay. It's just that because I'm doing it on a computer, I don't have a protractor that I can move. Okay. That I can move. But when you guys do it, you guys are not drawing the protractor. What you guys are drawing is the lines. And that's why I gave you guys these steps over here. Okay. Look at the steps.
Okay. So also if you're doing the protractor, do you also have to mention like the angles? Like if they say name the angle from that protractor, must figure it out, if because like this one that you did is acute because it's greater than 90 degrees but less than 180.
Good. Yes. So what we do is when you're measuring it, you are going to pick any one of the lines. You can pick, maybe you want to start from this line over here, or maybe you want to start from this line over here. But what you need to do is put your protractor at the 0 mark on that line. And then you need to measure how far it goes until you reach the other line. Okay.
Okay.
That will tell you which angle to write over here.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Ola. That was such a good question. That was such a good question. Thank you for them. Thank you for that. Okay. Nomaklubi is asking, what is an acute angle? We're going to get to that. Okay, we're going to get to an acute angle and obtuse angle. So don't worry so much. Ola, I love that question. What a beautiful question. Okay, guys, we only have a right angle. There are no left angles. And that's making me laugh a little bit because I love nerdy maths jokes. All right, guys, let's try some of these. Let's try some of these. I want you guys to have a look at these, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I want you guys to try some of these. And here's what you're going to do. Okay, we're going to try A, B, D, and E. But for now, you guys are going to just look at A, B. And I want you guys to answer A and B for me. You're going to look at the drawing on the screen and you're going to measure it, try and measure it and have a look at it. Ugh. Okay, and when you're done, you're just going to answer A and D for me. And when you're done, I want you guys to put the sleepy face emoji in the chat. Find the answers on a piece of paper, write down the answers for A and D. And then when you're done, put the sleepy face emoji in the chat. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to give you like 3 minutes maybe, or 2 minutes. I'm going to ask Panashe and Kutlekonke what their questions are. Okay. Panashe, do you want to unmute and ask your question? Kungawa, if you don't have a protractor, all you have to do is look at the drawing. I've already drawn a vertex for you. There's my vertex. And I've already drawn you 2 lines. But look, remember this line starts at 180 and it goes to 60. So what you need to tell me is how many degrees are in between here? Okay. And then, excuse me, and then over here, this one starts at 0 degrees. So we need to count from 0 degrees all the way to whatever this is over there. This is exactly what we're doing, Nina Manda. Okay, that's what you're doing. Fumane, do A and D for me. And I'm seeing so many people put the sleepy face emoji in the chat. So I'm assuming that a lot of us are. TH in Grovu, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. You did tell us what your name is. Everyone's putting the sleepy face emoji because that's what I asked for in the chat. I asked for the sleepy face emoji. Onami, there we go. Yes, Onami, I'm sorry. Yes, Onami, I said after you've answered the 2 questions, you can put the sleepy face emoji in the chat for me. Okay. All right. And I'm already seeing hands up in the chat. Okay. Because I know that some of you guys know the answers and you would like to do that. Fezoguche, we're going to show you step by step what we're doing. Okay. Patson, can you unmute for me and tell me how did we answer A? Okay. Kungawa, you don't have to do B yet. Okay, we're only doing A and D. Patson, are you there? Hi, Bo, what happened? Patson? Okay, let me ask Patiswa. Patiswa, are you there? Hello. Oh, there's Patson. Patiswa, you can answer the next one. Okay. Okay, Patiswa, not Patiswa. Patson, how did we answer this one? A. How did we answer A?
Ma'am, you could say 180 minus 60 degrees.
Good. 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. And how much does that give us?
It'll give us 112 degrees.
Oh, not 112.
118.
Oh, Patson, I can't believe you put your hand up and you didn't even finish answering the question. How? If you're stuck, look in the chat. Look in the chat. Everyone's helping in the chat.
Yeah, ma'am, I said 120.
You said 112, dude.
Ma'am, I said 120.
Wait a minute. I heard 112.
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like Teacher Cat needs to back me up on this one.
Oh, ma'am, I said 120. Either way, I think I made a mistake while I was talking.
Okay,
okay.
We all heard 112. See, even for money heard 112.
I confused them, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you know the maths, Patson. You're not confused at all. I know you're not. Okay. Very well done, Patson. Well done. Okay. Can I ask Rolivua? Do you want to do D for me? And then all the people asking for B and E, I'm going to move up in just a bit and we're going to do those again. Hi, Rolivua. I haven't heard your voice in a while.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you tell us what is the angle that we're measuring over here from our vertex in D?
145.
Good, 145. Okay. And the reason we can say 145, you forgot my degrees, Rolivua.
Degrees.
Thank you. Okay, is because you can tell that it's between 140 and 150, and right in between 140 and 150 is 145.
Yes.
And I told you how you got that one. That one was a little too easy for you. I need to start giving you the harder ones, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to get you some harder ones to do. Okay, excellent stuff. Well done. Okay. All right, let's try these 4. Okay, and I know that the protractor has moved. Do you guys notice that the protractor is now like at a bit of an angle, but don't panic, guys. Oh, look what I'm doing now. The protractor has moved, but see how this is my vertex over here. This is my vertex over here. And this angle over here still starts at 180 degrees. So we just need to go find what that line stops at. And this one as well. This one has moved. There's my vertex, but my line still starts at 180 degrees. So we are still able to measure the line even if it's at an angle. Okay. Somebody says, Miss, I can't see E. Okay. But we've got B, E, C, and F. Okay. Lina Manga, are you still looking for angle D? Angle D was 145, if that's what you're looking for. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to answer these ones. Onami wants to answer C. I will give you that if you raise your hand. But this is the emoji I want this time. I want the hundreds emoji. So we're going to do B, E, C, and F. And I want you guys to put the hundreds emoji once you're done. I see many of you putting the sleepy face emoji. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want the hundreds emoji this time. Inati is already like hundreds. That means you're done. Fumani also says hundreds. That means that you guys have answered all 4 questions for me. No, Mahlubi, if you can't see B or E, try and scroll up on your screen. Okay, you need to minimize and then zoom into the part that you're looking for. Okay. It's because sometimes we don't always draw straight lines. Sometimes you draw a line however you want to draw a line. Okay. And excuse me, when we do that, then we have to learn how to measure all of the angles, no matter how they're sitting. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit easy because it's giving us a bit of a problem. Let me ask you guys to answer just B and E for now. We'll get back to C and F in just a little bit. Oh, Nomaklubi wanted to take a screenshot. Nomaklubi, stay till the end of the lesson. I will move wherever you need me to move so you can take a screenshot. Okay. Remember, Kamanisi, when you're done, you need to put the hundreds emoji in the chat for me. Okay. I'm seeing Kaya as well and Rory. Makhatse, I see your hand first. So you're the first person who I'm going to ask to answer a question. Okay. You're the first person I'm going to ask because you're the first person with their hand up. Okay. And those of you who have your hands up as well, we're going to get to you. Don't worry. Okay. All right, guys. All right, if you can't use your emojis, we'll show you later. Okay, we need to focus on this. All right, Makhatse, let's go. Are you ready? You're going to answer B for me. Okay. Can you unmute for me? Hello, ma'am. Hello, Makhatse.
Hi, ma'am.
All right, so where did we start measuring our angle from? Where did we draw our first line from?
180.
Oh, no, look at B. Look at B. Where did we start at?
B.
Yes.
Bone. 120.
At 0 degrees.
Oh,
See, the
yes.
first, yeah, we started at 0 degrees. And where did we go to? We calculated and we stopped at?
120.
Good, 120 degrees. So what's my answer? My answer is?
120.
120 what?
Degrees.
120 degrees. Thank you. I need that degrees to be there. Okay. You must remember to always say degrees. Otherwise, I don't know if you're measuring apples or dogs or donkeys, you need to say degrees. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Very well done, Makhatse.
Thank you.
Buche, do you want to do E with me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So where did we start measuring this angle from?
Ma'am, you start measuring the angle from 180.
Good. And where do we go to? Where are we looking to go to? Where did the line stop? At?
Just wait, ma'am, on my protractor. Just wait.
Have a look at this one. I think it's something like 82 degrees.
180 degrees, if that's not what it says.
Okay.
Oh, it's 82 degrees. But on my protractor, it switched around.
Oh, okay, I see. So do you have the answer for me though? You have the answer. How many degrees is between 82 and 180 degrees? You can do a quick calculation. Do you remember the calculation we can do? We can
No,
go,
not.
I can go in 180 minus. I can say 180
minus 100 degree. Wait.
minus 82. Okay, I'm going to explain why I say minus 82. Okay, Boucher?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because we started at 180. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then we went all this way to 82. If I want to know how much or how big the angle is between here and there, I need to take the big number and minus the small number. So I'm going to go 180 minus 82, and that's going to give us how much? You can do a quick calculation on your calculator, or you can look in the chat. How much is it going to give us?
92.
Oh, not 92. It's going to give us 98. The people in the chat are misleading us today. It's 98 degrees. Okay. If you can't get to it quickly with your mental maths, grab a calculator. Okay, Boucher?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. I'm so glad that you're trying. I'm very glad that you're trying. Thank you so much. Okay. Excellent.
Yes,
all right. I need to know from you guys if we're okay with this concept, because I think we're going to take a quick brain break. Okay. Are we okay with measuring angles? Can I get a thumbs up? Or give me, instead of a thumbs up this time, can you guys give me a number from 0 to 10? 10 being, I understand you, ma'am. I know how to calculate them. And 0 being, no, ma'am, I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 8s and 9s and 10s and 8s. I did see a 2 and a 1. And for those of you who are like 2 and 1, I want you guys to please rewatch this this lesson, okay? Because trust me, if you listen to the way it's being explained, you're going to understand 100% what's going on. I'm seeing a lot of zeros, like 1,000, 1,000,000, a gazillion. Yeah, we all understanding. Excellent. Okay. All right, guys. Spooky says, ma'am, can you please do E and C so I can see where I'm at? Okay, I'm going to do them very quickly because we're going to run out of time. Okay. Bulela, I'm so glad. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys quickly. This one over here, just because it's sitting at an angle, if you guys look at C, just because it's sitting at an angle doesn't mean that it doesn't start at either 0 degrees or 80 or 180 degrees. Okay, it starts at 180 degrees. So now if I have to look at how far this goes from 180 degrees, it goes all the way to 20 degrees over here, 20 degrees. Now, if I have to ask myself, how many degrees are there between 20 degrees and 180 degrees? There are 160 degrees. But if I can't see it, Tahila, be very careful when you're calculating. Okay, I can just go 180 degrees minus 20 degrees. And if I put that into a calculator, if I can't see it, I can just find that that is 160 degrees. So my answer over here is going to be 160 degrees. Now, if we look at this one over here, I want you guys to tell me now in the chat. It starts at 180 degrees. Where does it go to? It goes all the way around. Where does it stop? What is this angle over here? Can you guys tell me in the chat? It's between 40 and 50. Spokuche, don't forget my degrees. Yeah. Good. It's at 45 degrees. Okay. Because it's sitting between 40 degrees and 50 degrees. I'm trying to highlight that there. It's sitting between 40 degrees and 50 degrees. And right in between 40 and 50 degrees is going to be 45 degrees. Now, if I want to calculate how far they are apart, how far 45 degrees and 180 are apart, I know you guys know the formula. The formula is 180 degrees minus 45 degrees And how much is that going to give me? You guys can do it very quickly on your calculator if you need it. Okay. Okay, 180 degrees minus 45 degrees is going to give me 135 degrees. 135 degrees. Okay, and that's how we calculate for these. Remember, you get to choose where you put your protractor. Okay, excellent stuff, Patson. Okay, you can choose whether you want to put your protractor over there or at 180 degrees, but you have to choose between 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Okay. I'm so glad we're understanding. I'm so glad. Excellent stuff. Guys, I'm seeing all the right answers in the chat. Okay, let's take a brain break. And we're going to go on a concert today. So I need everybody's hands to go down. Okay, everybody with their hand up, hand down. Nkaniso, can you tell us what your name is? Please put your name in the chat so that we can change it for you. Okay, hands down, everybody. All right. Okay, Teacher Cat, are you going to unmute and help me with this one? We played it earlier, so we've been going through this one. All right. Okay, so we call this one a stack up. Okay, and we're going on a concert. Okay, we're not going on a cruise, we're going to a concert. I'm going to start first, and I'm going to say to Teacher Cat, I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing Justin Bieber. And what are you going to say?
I'm going to a concert and I'm bringing Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay, Justin and Justin, good. Then I'm going to say, I'm going to a concert and I'm bringing Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, and Beyonce. Go for it, Teacher Cat.
I'm going to a concert and I'm bringing Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. What the hell was the third one? Already? Beyonce. Beyonce. Was it Beyonce?
It was Beyonce. It was
Beyonce and Adele.
Okay, good. And then I'm going to say, I'm going on a concert and I'm bringing Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Adele, and Cardi B. Go for it, Teacher Cat.
Oh, geez. I'm going to a concert and I'm bringing Justin Timberlake. No, Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Adele. I forgot the last one. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. All right. I hope you guys get the idea of the game. So what I want you guys to do now is drop as like names of your favorite artists, and Kungawa already is like BTS forever. Okay, Letu, I'm loving that. Okay, you guys need to help us like that. So you need to keep remembering which names came from all the way from the beginning. Okay, so drop the name of your favorite artist in the chat, because those are the names that, who's first on my list there? Bonolo, you and I are going to be playing this game together. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to need you to unmute for me. Okay. Bonolo, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. Do you want to go first or should I go first? Do you want to go first?
You should go first, ma'am.
Okay, I can go first. All right, so I'm going to a concert and I'm bringing BTS. Call me forever. Who are you bringing?
I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing BTS and Blackpink.
Okay, cool. I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing BTS and Blackpink and Billie Eilish.
I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing BTS, Blackpink, Billie Eilish, and Cardi B.
Okay, I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing BTS, Blackpink, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, and Pop Smoke. Somebody said Pop Smoke.
Yo, ma'am, so many. Okay.
Yeah. Guys, help us out in the chat. Remember, you guys need to put them in order.
I'm going to the concert and I'm bringing BTS, Blackpink, Cardi B.
Oh, you missed one. You missed one before before BTS.
Oh,
I get to win. I win this time, guys. I lost in the other class, so I wasn't feeling so nice. Okay, Bunolo, thank you so much. You're such a fun sport, guys. That was amazing. All right, so we're gonna play this game again next week, but Teacher Kat and I are not going to be playing, and Bunolo and I are not going to be playing. two of you guys are going to be going up against each other. Kungao, we'll have that conversation later about BTS. Okay.
Like dynamite. Oh.
Okay, Teacher Cat, we need to focus. We need to focus.
I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, we're going to do one more thing before we head off. Okay. Mahlatsi, you need to be here next week in order to play with us. Okay. All right. We're going to be learning about something called a complement. Okay. And I need you guys to bear with me because it's a bit of a complicated idea, and I need you guys to listen to me as I'm going. Okay, I'm going to do 2 examples and I'm going to show you how to do the examples. Okay, and then I want you guys to tell me with an emoji. Okay, if you understand, you're going to give me a happy face emoji, and if you don't understand, you're going to give me a sad face emoji. Okay, but only when I tell you to put the emoji in the chat. Okay, not yet. Only when I tell you to do it. Okay. Now, this lovely little square that we have over here tells me something very interesting. Okay. Because this over here is my vertex. So when I first drew this line, I started at my vertex and I drew it all the way to 0 degrees. And then I went back to my vertex and I drew another line and I drew that line at 90 degrees. Okay, so what this little square over here tells me is that I have a 90-degree angle, or as we call it, a right angle. Okay, a right angle. It's called a right angle. Now I'm going to mix things up a little bit. I am going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw another line like that. Okay, Caleb, I want you to hold on to that question of yours, because I am going to get to it, okay? Just hold on for me. I'm going to say that this angle over here is 40 degrees. Now, I know that from here all the way to there is 90 degrees. And if I only have 40 degrees, that tells me that this side over here is going to be equal to 50 degrees. So I can write an equation. I can write that 40 degrees plus 50 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. And we call these two complementary angles. Complementary angles. Okay. But when I describe them, I'm not going to say 40 and 50 degrees, 40 degrees and 50 degrees are complementary angles. No. What I am going to say is 40 degrees is the complement of 50 degrees. Okay. And that wording is very, very important. I need all of you to either write this down or take a screenshot. You all have 45 seconds, go. Okay, I'm counting, and then once I'm done here, I'm going to start a new example. Hold on to that question, Inati. I'm going to get to it in just a bit. There we go. All right, that's 45 seconds. Thank you, Le Cheval. All right, now I'm going to do another example. Okay, I'm going to remove all of this, and it's going to look very similar to the one that we just did now. Okay, I'm going to draw another line from my vertex out that way. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to make this angle 30 degrees. But now remember, guys, I know that from here all the way to there, my angle should be equal to 90 degrees. So this means that what's missing here is actually 60 degrees. So I can put my equation down. I'm going to say 60 degrees plus 30 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. And then what I'm going to say is that 60 degrees is the complement of 30 degrees. Okay. And now I want you to take this one down. You've got 45 seconds. Go. Okay, that's it. We are done. Okay, that's time. So you've either taken a screenshot or you've written down and drawn what I've written, what I've put on the screen. Now I want you guys in the chat to give me either a happy face emoji. Hold on, a happy face emoji if you understand, or if you don't understand, give me a sad face emoji. Go. Oh, Kaya, I'm loving that smile. I'm even getting laughs from Jaden. I love it. I love, love, love it. Excellent. Oh, you guys are amazing. All right. Good stuff. Are we ready to try our own examples? I hope we are, because I'm getting smiles all around. I'm getting smiles all around. And Lishevel's blowing kisses. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Remember, guys? Oh, Lee won. Well done. Love it. Okay, here's our examples. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We're not going to do all of these. We're only going to do a few. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, remember, the angle that I'm looking for is the one that's been labeled X. Okay, so this one here, and this one there, and this one there, and that one there. Okay, and I already see Rangwato's hand up, and I already can feel Rangwato being like, ma'am, pick me, please. I want to answer one of these. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, I hope you're ready though. Yonela, Yonela said, so ma'am, I just wanted to ask, so is the complement basically the missing number in an equation? Yes, but remember that our equation must equal 90 degrees. So the complement must equal 90 degrees. Are you with me there? Okay, I hope you're with me. If it's not 90 degrees, then it's not a complement. It must be equal to 90 degrees. Kulela, yes, you've only got 1 minute. You need to answer them all. And when you're done, I want you guys to put the fire emoji in the chat for me. Answer all of them on a piece of paper. And when you're done, fire emoji in the chat. I know, Lina Mandla, it's 7, but I really want you guys to get this right. Okay. I want you guys to get this right. Okay. This looks like it's easy for some of you guys are already done with this. All right, I'm gonna go. Lentle writes fire. I love it. Okay, Rangwato, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's unmute and let's do number 1 together. Okay, what is my missing angle? What is my missing angle over here? What is this angle going to be?
It's going to be 45 degrees.
Good, 45 degrees. Oh, look now what my computer did. 45 degrees. Okay, great. Now, I want you to give me that sentence that I was writing at the end. I was saying 45 degrees is the, finish the sentence for me.
Is the complementary.
Oh, is the complement
of 45 degrees.
Good, of 45 degrees. Very well done. Amazing. Okay, well done. Rolivua, you're up. Are you ready? Let's do number 2 quickly.
18 degrees.
It's 18 degrees. Excellent. Give me a sentence.
18 is the complement of 72 degrees. 18 degrees.
18 what?
18 degrees.
Thank you.
Is the complement
Mhm.
of 72 degrees. Complement.
Excellent. Yes. Remember, it's not like compliment, like, oh, Relivo, you're so pretty. And you're like, thanks. No, it's compliment with an E. Okay.
Okay.
Of 72. Though I do believe you're very pretty. You never have your camera on. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. But you did that very well. Okay. Very well done. Who's next? Luandre, are you ready? Let's do number 3. What's my missing angle? What's my missing angle? Hello.
Ma'am, the missing angle for number 3 is 67 degrees.
Excellent. Can you give me a sentence that describes them together?
67 degrees is the complement of 23 degrees.
Excellent. Is the complement of 23. All right. Well done. Well done. Carrie, do you want to do the last one for us before we say goodbye? Hi, Carrie.
Hi. The answer for X. The answer for X is 9 degrees, and the sentence is 9 is
not just 9
degrees. 9 degrees is a complement to 81 degrees.
Good. Okay, remember to say 9 degrees is a complement of 81 degrees. But that was excellently done. Very well done.